And number one, the classic OG. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be doing the part 2 of my top 10 favorite action stars of all time. Please hook me up and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. And if you think I'm wearing pants right now, you're going to have to get real. So the last video, part 1, we did numbers 10 through 4. So in this video, we're going to do the top 3 and then all the honorable mentions. Number 3, Mel Gibson. He is awesome. He has done a ton of movies as well. Again, charming, charismatic, funny. He can pull off being funny, but also he can pull off being serious and dramatic. And kind of similar to Bruce Willis a little bit. Kind of the everyman. Again, not huge, not ripped. He's just relatable guy. But yeah, I just watched a bunch of Mel Gibson stuff growing up and just have a lot of nostalgia factor here, but also, like I said, the charismatic, like, watchability factor is there too. But Bird on a Wire, Lethal Weapon, Braveheart, The Patriot, Mad Max, Maverick. I watched Maverick. This is one of these movies where I've watched probably 732 times. For whatever reason, it was just one. That and Back to the Future 2 are two movies that I've probably seen the most in my life of all movies ever. And he's great. Man, Mel Gibson is awesome. Number 2, Kurt Russell, the man. I love him. I kind of went back and forth on, does he count as an action star? He's done so many movies that are not action, like comedy and drama. But I don't know. There's plenty of guys on this list that did the same thing too. He's been in enough action movies that I think it counts. But he's awesome. He's, again, charming, charismatic, watchable, funny. Can pull off funny, can pull off serious. Big Trouble in Little China, one of my favorite 80s movies. He's great in that. He plays the character, what that character is in that movie. He just does it absolutely perfectly. Tombstone, awesome. Escape from New York, classic. The Thing, classic. Bone Tomahawk, somewhat recent, where he's a little bit older. He's very awesome in that. Very, like, much more serious role in that. That was a great movie. Breakdown, Executive Decision. So yeah, he's been in a ton of action movies. So I don't know why I was questioning it. He definitely counts as an action star, and he's number 2. And number 1, the classic OG, the top, nostalgia factors in here. So many movies. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come on now. It's undeniable. It doesn't get more. When you think of the epitome of the action star, it's Arnold. Let's get real. Nostalgia, but also he's so many movies that are just good, and he is just this big, ripped, gnarly. He's just built for being an action star. The acting, his accent, a little questionable, but he makes up for it with everything else that he does. But Predator, Commando, Terminator, Total Recall, True Lies, Running Man, Last Action Hero, Eraser, End of Days. Like, the list goes on. The list is probably longer than anyone else on this list. The list of movies that he's done. Even Fubar, more recent show where he's like old, is pretty good. He's still doing it, sort of. Yeah, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger is just the classic, the OG. I think he'd probably be number 1 on a lot of people's lists. It's hard to argue with that. All right, so I want to do some honorable mentions here. There are plenty of dudes who could have been on this list that you might be upset that aren't on this list. I'm going to talk about them here. So first, spoiler alert, Steven Seagal. Yeah, super not on this list. Very intentionally not on this list. You know why? I'm doing a list of the best action stars, or my favorite action stars. I'm not doing a list of fat old men who try to do karate. And you know what I mean? It's like, nah, dude. Steven Seagal, never understood it. Never understood the guy, how there was how anyone liked him. I just didn't understand. Chuck Norris, honestly, just didn't see any movies with Chuck Norris in them. I think I saw the movie Sidekicks, where I guess that's a Chuck Norris movie, but I feel like it's more about the kid in that movie. Don't even remember that movie like at all. And I couldn't name a Chuck Norris action movie. He just wasn't a guy for me that was on my radar. Jason Statham could have been on this list. But he just, I don't know. He a billion movies. That's commendable. They're all, for the most part, all action movies. Plays the same character. He's the same guy. I feel like, and some of the movies that I have seen that he's in are good, like decent, like watchable action movies. But I don't know. It just doesn't pop out as being on my top 10 list. But if I were making a top 15 list, he'd make it in there, I think. Vin Diesel, get out of here. Okay? Atrocious actor. Atrocious actor. It's outrageous. Almost as outrageous as the volume of my neighbor's car that you have to hear. You have to be able to hear that right now. It's outrageous. Vin Diesel's so bad. He's such a bad actor. Borderline, he's like an overweight guy, kind of like Steven Seagal. So I'm not really sure I understand how he's a successful action star, right? And also, he's not even like in that many. It's mainly just all Fast and Furious. So like whatever. Nicolas Cage, I think you can count him as an action star. He's been in enough action stuff. He's awesome, but he's been in so much other stuff. And also he became insane. He just went completely off the rails and became an insane person. So I didn't really consider him for this list, but want him in the honorable mentions here. Keanu Reeves, also notable, but really not a ton of action stuff, just mostly John Wick, which are great movies, but you start to see him aging in those movies, getting a little slow. I would say by the second movie, you already see him kind of rolling around and being a little slow. And let's get real, he is, I'm sorry, but I've made this opinion on here before. I love Keanu Reeves, but at the same time, he sucks at acting. His line delivery is just wild. The dude's not a good actor. I don't know, man. Liam Neeson, old man, weird that he does so much action stuff. I don't know how that ever became a thing, but it was, and people like him, and I don't dislike him, and he's fine. Harrison Ford, awesome. Just not a massive catalog. Like, his biggest stuff that's action is like Indiana Jones and Han Solo, two awesome all-time characters. But I just consider those more like adventure type stuff than like action star, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? Will Smith, I think you can count him as an action star. He's been in enough stuff, but got canceled after the slap, and he's like not in anything anymore, and I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, he's good. Gerard Butler, always surprised by his movies. I always think they're gonna be cheesy, lame movies, and they end up being like pretty good, pretty watchable. Greenland, I saw that for the first time a while back, and it was very solid. The second one I just watched last weekend, super not as good as the first one, so that was a bummer. But yeah, that's my honorable mentions right there. So that's it for part 2 of my top 10 favorite action stars. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you agree with my list at all, if you like any of these guys, if you think I left anybody off and anyone else got snubbed off the list. Stay tuned. Until next time,